Hey, this is Crystal with another Tip Tuesday for you. Today I wanted to talk to you really quick about the interest that you pay as part of your closing fees with a mortgage. So one of the fees that you pay for and part of your upfront closing costs on any home loan is your prepaid interest. It's also called interim interest. And what that is it's a charge that you're paying interest from the day that you close your loan till the day that you make your first payment. So basically it's just a spread out fee that you're going to take on from the time of close to the time you make your first purchase. It's closing costs. Sometimes it's paid by the seller, sometimes it's brought out of pocket by the buyer, but it's on all the loans. And oftentimes people kind of wonder what that's about. But basically, it's super short and sweet tip, but I wanted you to know what that is. I get a lot of questions on why you're paying, and sometimes it can be hundreds of dollars, you know. If you're going to close at the beginning of the month, you're going to obviously have several more days of that interest that you're going to be paying on. Whereas if you close towards the end of the month, you're going to have far fewer days that you have to pay that interest on. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your closing costs. Your closing costs could potentially be and I'm not talking major, we're talking pretty minimal, but your closing costs will be a touch higher due to this prepaid interest if you're closing at the beginning of the month versus if you close at the end of the month. So there's kind of pros and cons as far as when you want to talk timing, as far as when it's the best time to close the loan. But that is something that oftentimes is a factor. So if you have a significantly higher interest rate, that fee is going to add up pretty quickly if you're closing at the beginning of the month. So it's just a little something to keep in mind. It's on all loans. It's just something that's standard with all lenders, with all product types. But it is something that oftentimes people kind of wonder why they're paying a big chunk of interest up front. Well, it's actually a daily interest that you're paying for. So hopefully that's good information. I know it's super basic, kind of one of those boring facts, but it is something that's going to be on your disclosures. And if you're wondering why, that's what it's all about. So hope you have a great week, and I'll catch you next week.